You don't have to ride for 40 or 50 minutes for 7 days a week for 2 or 3 weeks. I mean, just get on. Hello, my name's Sally, and today I'm going to help you build confidence on your horse. By the end of this video, I'm going to give you 8 different tactics on how to have more confidence while riding, whether you've had a fall, you've picked up your breaker, or you've bought a new horse. I've helped hundreds of riders do the same thing. Let's get started. 8 ways to build confidence on your horse. Number 1. The main way to build your confidence when riding is to ride more often. This is one of the things that people struggle with. Many people can only ride 3 days of the week, but then on the other hand, they really don't feel confident. They're a bit scared when they ride on those 3 days, and it's not the best feeling that they want to have in that time. So my recommendation is that by all means, if that's what the way your life is, that's fine, but find a chunk of time. Maybe you've got holidays coming up, maybe it's Christmas, maybe there's some space in your life where you can spend 2 or 3 weeks. And that's all you need, 14 to 21 days of riding every day. And so let me just clarify what I mean by that. You don't have to ride for 40 or 50 minutes for 7 days a week for 2 or 3 weeks. I mean, just get on. You've got those 3 days a week where you would ride normally, so that might be 30, 40, 50 minutes. That's fine, do those, but on the other days, get on then as well. But you only have to get on for maybe 10 minutes, maybe 15. And so if you're a little bit pressed for time on those other days, that's all you need to do. Just get on your horse, do a few exercises, maybe you only walk, or maybe you only do some walk and a little bit of trot exercises. Maybe you do some different lines, whatever it is that you can find that works for you. The best way to build your confidence is to spend 2 or 3 weeks, 14 to 21 days riding every day, and that way you'll build the relationship with your horse. You need the patterns and the muscle memories reinforced, and that's good for your subconscious, that's good for your response time. All of those things will benefit from you riding constantly for 14 to 21 days. And after that chunk of time, you can then go back to, if life takes over again, then go back to riding for your 3 days a week. And see what the difference is. See how it's changed your riding. Okay, the second way to build your confidence is to ride under a trusted coach. Now, I say trusted because you want to make sure you've got a relationship with that coach, and you're going to build yourself up in a constructive way, and that you're going to get handy tools that you can use. So even if you only ride 2 or 3 times a week, even if you only ride once a week, if you don't have the confidence, get your coach out. I've had, throughout my whole coaching career, I've always had 1, maybe 2 students who only ride once or twice a week, but they'll get me out every week or every fortnight because they want that one time to be really valuable and useful, and they want to get a lot out of that one day of riding. And you know what? They still make progress. It's not, they're not doing it all the time, but they're still able to make progress because they're doing the best possible job because they've got a coach there, helping them along the way. So that's the second tool for getting more confidence when you ride. Number 3, ride after you've given your horse a small biscuit of hay or a small chaff feed. And what that does is it keeps the horse really calm. When you've eaten something, you're a little bit not dopey, but dopey. you're not as sharp and on the ball as usual. So if you want to calm your horse right down, give it a small feed and then ride it. Like a half to 3/4 of a biscuit of hay. I'm not suggesting you then go out and gallop your horse. If your confidence isn't very high, I don't think that's what you're going to do. But give your horse a small feed and then have a ride, and you might feel the difference between the energy level in the horse. The other tip, and this is on the same track as the energy level, is to ride when it's your horse's nap time. So our horses around here, our horses nap around 11:30, 12 o'clock in the morning, and I find that if I'm riding at that time, whichever horse I've gotten on is a little bit more sluggish than usual, is not quite as sharp, that kind of thing, and especially in the sun. Who doesn't love a good nap in the sun? Find out when that time is for your horse and ride them then, and you'll find that their energy levels are lower. On the other hand, you can look for when the energy levels are higher, and you can avoid those times. If the horse's feedback to you is an issue that is affecting your confidence, take those two things into account. Okay, number 5, ride in a round yard. Ride in the round yard first before going out to the arena. That will give you a few minutes for as long as you need. That will give you a little bit of time where you've got the walls, you can do some small turns, you can confirm your steering, you can confirm your stop and go button, and once you're feeling really good about those, then you can take it out to the arena. And then you can, with the bigger space and the, walls that are further away. Number 6 is mark out a smaller space in your arena. You've got jump rails, or, you could make use some drums to sort of mark off an area, and use that in the way you would use a round yard. So you've got the smaller area. It makes it necessary to turn, when you're in that small space. And then once you're feeling more comfortable, you can then, push away or make yourself a little gate or go through and go out into the bigger space on the arena. But just that idea of enclosing a space a little more makes it more important for you to focus on your steering and your stop and go button, and that's what gives you confidence to go out into the bigger space. Okay, number 7 is the 3 ride rule. It never ceases to amaze me how many times I hear people say, "Oh, we went out on a trail ride and I fell off." And I say to them, "Oh, what happened?" "Oh, my horse was naughty." And if I ask them how many times they rode that week, they might say none. Or they might say, "Oh, I haven't ridden for a fortnight." That tactic isn't setting yourself up for the win. That tactic isn't a very good one, because you're not having the horse, you haven't spent that time previously getting the horse to listen to you, confirming steering, stop and go, and then suddenly you're out on a trail ride in all this space, possibly with other horses who also possibly haven't been ridden and don't have steering or a stop and go button. You have to be aware of what you're, setting yourself up to do. So, the 3 ride rule, if you're going on a trail ride, if you're going to a show, if you're going to riding club or pony club, ride your horse 3 times in the previous 7 days to ensure that you're going to get the best out of your experience. Who wants to go on a trail ride where the horse is jogging all the time? Who wants to go to riding club where the horse isn't listening and you're worried about what's about to happen? It's not an enjoyable experience. So make sure that you're creating a good environment for you and your horse so that there are no accidents. And lastly, you want to set yourself up for the win. So what kind of rider are you? Are you nice and strong? Are you, well balanced? If you're not strong enough to do a half halt, if you're not balanced enough to help keep your horse on a straight line or on a curved line, then there are things that you can do to improve your body so that your riding is better, and so that when you are on the horse, when you are, whether you're training at home, whether you're out, whatever, you can be a better rider and your horse will be a better horse because of it. Never underestimate a horse. A horse knows exactly what you can and can't do, and they may take advantage of that. So be the best rider you can be, and you'll find that there's definitely a change in your horse. So they are the 8 ways to build confidence in your horse. Let me know if any of those tactics work for you, or if you've tried them, or if you've got any of your own. Pop those in the comments below. If you found this video useful, hit the like button. If you know someone who would benefit from this video, share it with them. Of course, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.